So you're thinking about retiring here in Las Vegas. Maybe you're done with hurricanes and humidity in Florida. Maybe it's the rising costs and taxes in California. Maybe you just want to be somewhere where there's lots of great entertainment. I get it. I help retirees retire here every single month of the year, and I understand some of those pain points that you might be thinking and feeling at this stage. One of those is going to be, what community am I going to fit into? What community is going to work for me? On this video, I've got you covered because I'm going to give you my top 5 communities to retire to in Las Vegas, and I'm going to base it on affordability, amenities, and how that community feels as well. And a little spoiler alert, only 2 of these communities are actually 55 plus communities. So if you're looking for a bit of variety, then this is definitely the video for you. So let's start it right now. Okay, let's start with number 1, and it's going to probably be the one that most of you have probably heard about. I mean, the brand itself is quite big across the country, and it actually is one of the bigger ones here in the area. That's going to be Sun City in Summerlin. And when I say it's huge, it's probably the biggest one we have. There's over 7,000 homes, 3 golf courses, multiple clubhouses that have a whole host of different amenities, from theaters where they put on little shows. You got pickleball, tennis, you've got bocce ball, you've got all type of card games that go on as well. There's swimming pools as well, indoor and outdoor, and all of that is covered by your HOA fee as well. And I have to say, anytime I've taken someone to Sun City Summerlin, and you know, we quite often end up talking to somebody there, they all absolutely love it. They love the lifestyle. They've got a whole host of different clubs and classes, from pottery and art and a musical class. There's just, if you're looking for a lifestyle and you're looking to be kept busy and you've got whatever your interest is, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to find people to align with within that community. I mean, 7,000 homes, that's a lot of people. And as I said, your HOA fees do cover all of those as well. Now, it is a larger community, so if you're wanting something that feels a bit more close-knit, then might not necessarily be for you, because it is spread out across a lot of Summerlin as well. But really, I think, I couldn't start this video and not have this one at the start. Beautiful mountain views as well across the rest of Summerlin towards the Red Rock area. You got the convenience of downtown Summerlin as well, and all of the stores and shopping there. I always see people whizzing around on their golf carts as well, which I always think is cool. Even though it's not a closed off community, it's still nice seeing a lot of the people go around Sun City Summerlin. And I actually had some golf lessons at one of the golf courses there, and the golf courses there are great as well. So I think if you're starting this process and you don't know where to start, I think starting there is going to be a good start. And just roughly at the time of filming, the average prices is going to be, depending on what you're looking for, because it's a huge community, right? There's a whole host of different homes. Probably get a townhome around the mid 300s, and then you could get a gorgeous single family home, single story home up to around the 700s. So just depending on what budget and what's going to fit your needs, I think that is definitely a great place to start this video. Okay, so shooting across to the other side of the Las Vegas Valley, we're going to go across to Henderson and Green Valley in Henderson. And you might be thinking, Peter, Green Valley, that's not a 55 plus community. Well, you may be correct. It isn't a designated 55 plus community like Sun City and Summerlin, but it does appeal to a whole host of people, including retirees. I used to live there myself, and I used to see a lot of retirees. Some of my neighbors were retirees as well, and some of the reasons why it appeals is it's so well connected to everything. It's right in the heart of Henderson, so whether that's the local stores, so grocery stores like Trader Joe's, Whole Foods is right at the district as well. You're going to have a Smith's, or Walmart, Target, all very, very close by. Some great medical facilities very close by, so you've got the hospitals nearby, urgent care nearby as well, and it's very walkable. A lot of my retirees who look at Green Valley as an area actually look at Green Valley Ranch, because it is one of the most walkable areas of the whole of the city. And I know for some people, being active and being out and getting the fresh air when it's not too hot, maybe this time of year is perfect. Those are sort of important things as well. And a lot of my retirees have brought a gorgeous single family home or condo within the Green Valley Ranch area, purely just because they could walk to the district and have a nice little walk. Talking of the district, at the district you've got a movie house there as well, so catching those movie showtimes, and they have discounts as well for 55 plus. So on certain days and certain showings, you'll be able to get a discount on those as well. Then right next to it, or the sort of the back of it, so to speak, you've got Lifetime Gym, which also has an Aurora Club, which is for, again, 55 plus. So those of you who are 55 plus can go to the Aurora Club. They have fitness classes that are just aimed at that age group. They have coffee mornings to encourage you to be social. They have an Aurora walking club as well, where you go out and do walking. They do mahjong nights as well, and it looks really interesting. And I always see it actually is my, disclaimer, it is my gym, and when me and my wife are there sometimes during the day, we actually see quite a good community of people who are 55 plus. So again, having that social aspect is going to be fantastic. And also, everyone says when you move to Vegas, all your family are going to come and visit you. So if your grandkids and your kids live in different cities or different states, it's going to be so easy for them to keep in touch with you in Green Valley, because if they fly in, you're only a 10-minute drive away from the airport as well. You're going to have gated and non-gated communities to choose from, condos and single-story homes, which are obviously important as we get a little bit older. I mean, even now my knees are clicking every time I go up and down the stairs. So definitely as I get older, I'd love a single-story home. That's my own preference as well. And price range, again, you're going to be around about the 350s starting off in the condos, and then obviously you're going to go up probably towards the 900s for a single-story home. It is going to be a bit bigger. It's going to have a bit more land because the homes in Green Valley are a little bit older, but there really is a great retirement community. And if you are on the fence and thinking, that maybe sounds like somewhere I could call home, take the time to reach out however you're comfortable, whenever you're ready, and I can discuss these more detail. I can't go into too much detail on a video, as I'm sure a lot of you will just click off if I keep on rambling. I'd love to go through it in more detail with you though. We can discuss what's important to you and what things you're looking at in a community, and then I can give you some more suggestions, and we can arrange a time for you to come here. I can take you out in my car, or I can give you driving directions for your car, and you can go check them out and see how these communities actually feel in person. So definitely do reach out, and I'd love to have the opportunity to help you. Okay, so we've covered the main Sun City, and there are other Sun Cities within the Las Vegas community as well. So you're going to have Sun City in Aliante up in the north, Sun City in McDonald Ranch down in Henderson, and then we also have Sun City Anthem. Anthem is a gorgeous community in the west of Henderson. It's actually neighboring my community in Inspirada. There are two 55 plus communities. There's going to be Solera, which is also decent. It just didn't make the top 5. And then the one I'm going to cover now, which is Sun City. And what for me distinguishes the two between Sun City and Solera is just the amount of amenities and clubs and everything you would expect from a Sun City. Solera is still nice. I just feel it lacks on some of those community aspects. And for me, if someone's looking at a 55 plus community, if I put myself in that position, I think, that sense of community, those community things that you're going to do together are important. So that's why I've gone for this one instead of Solera, and it might be a bit redundant because I've already covered a Sun City, but there are some differences as well. Big one being it's not as big as the one in Summerlin, so it's not as vast. You don't have those 7,000 homes, but you are higher elevated, so you are towards the west of Henderson. You're a bit more higher up, so with that you're going to have a slightly cooler temperatures. I say slightly because you might not feel it, but it actually will be cooler. You're going to have some amazing views looking over the rest of the city. I think some of the best sunsets are around the Anthem and Seven Hills area, so if you can catch the sunsets, it's going to be fantastic, especially if you get a home that's right on the course as well, because you're going to have no neighbors obstructing you. Again, the homes are slightly older, so you will have a little bit more breathing space in those homes. Similar to Sun City and Summerlin, you're going to have some great clubs. You're going to have all the usual stuff like swimming pools. You're going to have, there's golf courses. You're going to have the different card games. They do have a lot of similarities, just there's not as many clubhouses and as many golf courses as Summerlin, so it's maybe a smaller version of what you would get in Sun City and Summerlin. But again, I've had a couple of people who have moved there and they absolutely love it. One of them just moved for the location. They didn't get too involved in the clubs, and then another one actually did get really involved with the clubs and loves it. They've had some day trips to the strip for different shows, and I think Barry Manilow, I think it was, maybe she was telling me about. They went and watched Barry Manilow, which was fantastic. Pickleball courts as well, which is, I mean, it started off as a great sport for those 55 plus, and I know it's been taken over by some of those young bucks now who are making it a bit more aggressive, but it's still a fantastic sport to play. My old pickleball teacher who was helping me when I was doing a couple of classes at the start, he actually lives in Sun City and Anthem and invited me up for a few games with him as well. So again, a great facility there to enjoy. Home prices at the max, you'll probably be maxing out around 700 really, averaging around the 500. So again, lots of choices, mostly on the resale market. And you're over in West Henderson, so you still got great access to stores like Costco, West Henderson Hospital near me, lots of great places to go and eat and dine as well on Eastern Avenue just outside Anthem, and it is a gorgeous community. Okay guys, it's that time of the video again where yes, Peter's going to talk about Inspirada, and only Peter can probably squeeze it into a video talking about the best places to retire to, the best neighborhoods for those looking to retire. But honestly, I've said it so many times, and those of of you who have stuck with me from way before myself and my wife moved to Inspirada, you'll know I've always said it's the best community, with the emphasis on the word community, in the whole of the Las Vegas Valley. And I think, again, as I look at myself, I'm not that far from retirement, hopefully. I think community is a big thing for those that retire, and I've actually had quite a lot of retirees. I've sold a lot of homes in Inspirada, thankfully. I didn't have to travel too far. I've also sold a lot of those to retirees as well, and when I have those check-in calls, quite a lot of the times they're like, oh, Pila, we love the events that they put on. We love our neighbors. Everyone's always checking on us. Everyone's making sure we're okay. Always someone there if I run out of milk or sugar or something silly. I can always coffee. I can always go and ask someone. My neighbors are always there for me, and that's what I think is very important when you're looking at a community that you're going to be retiring to, is having a sense of community. And that's something that Inspirada does very, very well. They often have different clubs as well and different meetups. Sometimes it's in Solista Park, sometimes it's in the Toll Brothers Clubhouse, and even if you're not a Toll Brothers owner, you can still have access. You just have to register, and they do a monthly one or 2 monthly one for new people in the area, and then they also have one for they have a meetup for the older generation as well. I can't remember. I want to say it's the silver something, I think it is. I'll have to get the name and I'll try and put it up on the screen, but it's aimed at those who are retired here as well, so it really helps you foster that community. So many great walking areas, which again is great for, you know, getting those steps in and keeping that heart healthy as we get older. My wife used to walk our oldest to school in around 7 a.m. ish in the morning, and she'd always see the same group of retirees, different people but different parts of the walk, always the same sort of part where they would cross paths and always say hello and acknowledge each other. And these weren't young people walking their dog, these were people who have retired here getting in those steps as well. Very close to West Henderson Hospital, we've got an Inspirada police station. There's also an Inspirada fire and ambulance station as well at the other side of Inspirada, so very well connected as well for those type of things, emergency services. You got lots of great stores. One of the things we were told when we were moving to Inspirada was it's too far away, you're not going to have any access to stores, and honestly, all of the stores you're ever going to need. Costco is on St. Rose Parkway, it's going to be like a 10-minute drive. All of the other stores down St. Rose Parkway and Eastern Avenue, different types of restaurants, different types of grocery stores. I could make a whole video just naming them all, but there's so many. Target is there as well. If you like Filipino stuff like we do, you've got a Jollibee and you got an Island Pacific, so plenty of options there as well. And as I said, if you hear that it's not well connected, then do not believe that. If you've been lucky enough to retire and have a private jet as your retirement, then also you have West Henderson Hospital, West Henderson Executive Airport. Sorry, I might need a hospital just thinking about that, the cost that's involved in having a private jet. But if you do, then obviously that airport there as well, or maybe you want to take up flying, they can also facilitate that as well. I'm sure you can have some lessons. All around, it's just a great community. It doesn't have the amenities and the social clubs of a Sun City, but I feel what it actually gives you is that sense of community where people are going to look out for you. Honestly, my kids at the moment, I leave my garage door open probably 3 or 4 times a week out of the 5 days they go to school, and quite often we don't even check it. Then one of my neighbors will call me like, oh Pila, just to let you know your garage is open, it's been open a few hours, I don't know if you know, and obviously would go and close it. Just having neighbors do little things like that, or being able to collect our kids from school, or just someone that you know you can rely on. And it's not just where I live in Inspirada, because I've seen it when I've been helping my other clients with their home and handing them their keys. I've seen the neighbors come out and be like, are you new? Have you moved here? Are you going to be moved here? And introducing themselves and having really good in-depth conversations and letting my home buyers know, we're here if you need anything, just let us know. We live here at 3226, just give us a knock, we'll be here. And I think that's so underrated as we get older. We do need that, and I think it's missing in a lot of this area. So I couldn't do a video talking about retiring, because most likely where I retire is going to be also in Inspirada as well. Okay, on to the final community now, and this one's going to be Rhodes Ranch over in the southwest of Las Vegas. If you're looking for a golf course environment and golf course living, maybe you want to live on a golf course, but you don't want the hassle of being in a 55 community and feeling obliged to participate in all of the clubs and activities because you're paying for it in your HOA. Or maybe you want a guard-gated community that offers golf course living. I think Rhodes Ranch is going to tick that box. I think also one of the things about it is actually quite affordable for what you get, as opposed to some of the other, I could have put a whole host of guard-gated communities in here, but the prices are going to be very high, and I'm trying to give those options where, it might seem more affordable. Yes, affordability is subjective, but comparing it to maybe Anthem Country Club or Red Rock Country Club, maybe the prices are going to be a little bit better. So I think Rhodes Ranch is good. You've got a golf course there, which is a really good golf course. It's got some great amenities within the community as well. And it still does have that close-knit feel because you are in a guard-gated community. It does take up a decent space, but you are in a guard-gated community as well. So a lot of those people within those gates, they are going to look out for each other. I know I had a buyer there that they was telling me that they didn't expect that community vibe to be the same. Now, it might not be on par in some of the other communities, but it definitely is there because everyone is so close to their neighbors as well. Lots of great walking trails, whether you want to go on the golf course or whether you want to walk within the streets are gorgeous with how the trees are, which offers a lot of shading as well for walking. Homes can be quite big and you're going to have a mixture of 1-story and 2-story, but there are 1-story options available. The only drawbacks can potentially be the traffic getting towards Rhodes Ranch can be quite hectic, especially during schools, because there's a school close by, so there can be some traffic as well. And obviously some people can still access the golf course just as a day pass as opposed to being a resident. So sometimes I've been trying to get in to show homes in Rhodes Ranch and it's took a while to get through the gate. Positive side of that is though, that security is on it and they don't just let anybody in. Like some, I'd use the term loosely, guard gated, but they just let anybody in. At least here they actually do check everything and make sure it's who it's supposed to be with. And the HOA is quite strict as well in certain aspects, which for some of you is going to be a good thing as well. And it is obviously in the bustling southwest area of Las Vegas, so there's lots of construction going on from a commercial level with lots of new stores. There's a new Costco that opened up in the southwest. IKEA is right next to the area of Rhodes Ranch as well, so you're going to have lots of stuff there as well. And if you watched this video from the start and you heard me talk about Lifetime in Green Valley, well, there's a new Lifetime over in the southwest as well, which will have all of those same facilities. So I think if you're looking for that, to wrap this one up, if you're looking for that golf course living but you don't want to be in a 55+ community, I think we should go and check out Rhodes Ranch. As you can see, there's a whole host of great communities that can appeal to those of you who are looking to retire here. And honestly, I could do another video tomorrow and give a whole different 5 different, well, maybe I'll keep Inspirada, but a whole different list of communities, because there are some great communities that can appeal to those of you who are retiring. So it's all going to be about finding what's important to you. You might not even know or realize what's important to you yet, and that's also okay. That's why we can have those conversations, and in those conversations, maybe I'll ask you some questions and it might actually shed some light on what actually is important to you. Or maybe you already know what's important to you and some of these communities are now speaking to you like, yeah, that's where I'd like to retire. That's maybe I'm not going to retire for a few years, but I might want to get in there now before the prices go. Whatever it is, then I'm happy to have those conversations with you. And then obviously Vegas in general and Henderson in general, there's a big reasons why a lot of people choose this wider area as places to retire to as well. And I'll do another video going into more detail, but obviously there's 0 state income tax, which is fantastic, and depending on where you're moving from, that can be a huge saving, especially on your 401ks and things like that as well. I think that's huge because we want to keep as much money as possible. Ease of travel, so when I look at what I would like to do when I retire, I want to be able to travel more. A bit hard with having 5 kids at this season of our life, but when I retire, I'd love to be able to travel more, knowing that the airport is close by, as opposed to flying in from a municipal airport to a major airport. That adds cost, it adds time, stress if you miss those connecting flights. It's so easy to stay connected and travel all over from the Vegas area, as well as driving. The states we have nearby, California, Arizona, Utah, are very easy to drive to as well. And obviously then the flip side of that is for family and friends coming to visit you and keeping that sense of belonging to them as well. It's so easy when you can just fly into Vegas airport and you can drive. Yes, some areas are close to drive like Green Valley, but really, if I'm being honest, no matter where you live in the Vegas Valley, you shouldn't be more than a 30-minute drive from the airport. Now there's not many cities that can say that, so that's so easy for them as well. When they're flying in, they don't have to think, oh, we need to go and see grandma and grandpa, but we need to fly into this airport, then we're gonna have to get another airplane over to this side, and then we're gonna need to get an Uber that's gonna add another hour. It's like a whole day's traveling. You might as well just travel to Europe. It's not like that here. It's so easy. And then the weather, there's no hurricanes, there's no earthquakes to really worry about. Yes, someone will correct me and say we do have earthquakes, and we do, but they're not really massive. They don't really cause any damage either. You know what you're going to get from our weather system. That's hot in the summer, dry in terms of climate, and can be quite chilly in the winter as well. And for me, when you wrap all of that up together, and then how can I forget the entertainment capital of the world and all of that entertainment that we have on offer, whatever your source of entertainment is, shows, whether that's exquisite dining, whether that's going to see musical acts from your your generation, whatever it is, there's always something going on in Vegas. So you're never ever going to be bored. You're always going to have stuff to do as well. I think it's just a great place to look at retiring. I know people might have other views, and Florida is always a popular one to retire to. Texas is also a popular one, but I'd also like to put Vegas out there as a potential for you. So hopefully this video has been helpful. It's definitely been helpful for me talking about it, because I'm now thinking about when I retire. So thank you for allowing me to do that. If it has been helpful, then please do take the time to reach out, and I would love to discuss it in more detail with you and see if it is a right fit for you. I'm never gonna push you to make a decision. That's just not how I work. And if you're looking for a realtor to make decisions for you, then you're definitely getting the wrong one here. I'm gonna guide you and advise you, but it's always gonna be your decision, and I'll always be led what's best for you. So please do take the time to reach out. And also, if you have found this video useful, please give it a like. Also, drop me a comment below and let me know where you might be retiring from. And then also, please subscribe, as I'm looking to get 3,000 subscribers. You guys have had my back from the start, so hopefully we can get a few more subscribers in. But until the next time, you guys take care, and I'll speak to you soon.